YouTube. What is up, guys? Welcome back to Boss Level Trading. Let's get that music going for you guys. So, a little update on the trade. So, I was on a business Zoom call, and we were up 20%, and I was like, I want to close the trade on stream so you guys can see me close and take profit and see the streak continue. And so I was like, you know what? I trust my analysis. So if we're going to be moving down, we're going to be moving down again if we're going where I think we're going. So I'll just keep this bad boy rolling. It might be a little bit longer of a video, but you guys will be able to see, exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to talk about thought process and things like that. So let's take a look at some charts. We have this zone here. So I got this zone here based upon the 8-hour chart. So you see this zone here highlighted in these like light blue section here. And then this actual line here is what the way I look at it is basically a like high liquidity zone or a high liquidity point. And so if we zoom out time frames, we can see that this, like, it was just hovering around this point a lot. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. And so we had to close above, close back below, and then a second close. So this second candle, for me, the way that I look at the market, that confirms that we're going to be moving down. And I believe that, the way I look at the market, we're going to be moving down to this area here. And we have another liquidity zone that's going to be basically here. So I think we're going to moving down to 11,700-ish, somewhere in there. And if I zoom in, could find exactly where we're going to be moving down to. Oh, gotta zoom in even more. So we're basically going to be going down to here. Yep. This would be the first point I would say, hey, let's take profit. So what I'll do, I will actually hold it till that point. Yeah, I'm just going to just hold it until that point. Yeah, I think I got my stream legs under me. I should be able to talk about, random stuff for that long. Maybe we just get like a quick little move down. I ain't really got to say nothing. Or maybe I might have to talk to y'all for like, I don't know how long. We'll see. But pretty excited, just to be consistently putting out content for you guys. And I know that nobody's watching me live right now, but soon, boom, you guys are going to be trading with me, making profit every day on Bitcoin with me, and I'll be very happy to help. And so we're basically between these two liquidity levels right here. So I do see the progress of what's going on, that we should be making another leg down to here. And so depending on how good my patience is, I might close somewhere around here. Not exactly sure, but I've been on the monitor for a while today, and handling business today, handling babies today. So let's check out some news. Let's see what's going on with Bitcoin. I thought it was pretty funny. Like, one of the most Googled things is basically like, where's Bitcoin gone? Like, is the Bitcoin price going up or down? Like, I love the fact that people are Googling that and using that as a way to know if they should buy Bitcoin or sell Bitcoin or whatever. It's kind of funny to me. Yeah, I'm excited to be able to teach people how to look at charts, because I think a lot of people are just kind of just freaked out by the charts, because initially you don't understand them, and there's so much to learn. There's so much that you can do. There's so many different ways to look at the market. There's no right or wrong way, and you realize that when you first start trading, you're gonna learn like a few things and just be like, man, I'm a beast, because you start seeing those things play out. And obviously back testing, you see everything play out, and it all looks good, like everything is just working out perfectly for what you're trying to do. And then you realize, yeah, it's not as simple as that. It's being able to actually have a strategy that not only works good back testing, but it works good in actual application on live markets. And so that's, definitely one of the fun parts about learning to trade, is looking back on the charts and saying, oh, I could have made money there. with this type of setup here. But you can't always guarantee that you would have actually took that setup, that you would have been on the charts at that time, you know. So let's look at some Bitcoin news. What? Okay. Ethereum's up. Yeah, doesn't look like there's really much news. Oh, this song is dope. Whoa, whoa. What's going on here? What's going on here, sir? Yeah. Yeah, you can pay some bits to see some bits. You know what I mean? And yeah, so not much news going on in Bitcoin, except for like, I don't know if this is gonna push the market up. I don't know. Might push something up, but I don't know if it's gonna push the market up or not. Let's see how these charts are looking. You just need to just go ahead and fall. Just do your thing and just fall down. Stop playing. Like, Bitcoin always be playing too much. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. And so we're making consistently, boom, lower lows, lower highs, which signifies it could be a temporary downtrend. It doesn't necessarily signify, on this time frame at least, the 15-minute could be an amazing time frame, and it can also be a time frame that doesn't actually show you much, depending on exactly where we're at in the other time frames. And what I mean by that is, the way structure works, if I was explaining this from a top level down perspective, if we're moving up higher highs and higher lows on the daily time frame, and so I'll explain this by actually showing you guys. I'm feeling the song right here. So higher highs and higher lows. So as we're moving up, high here, so we got this high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then we'll probably most likely make a higher low here, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. Or we could totally just tank through. We could totally just say, hey, we're going to rebound at this level here, which is the market looks like it's trying to hold at this level here, but it could totally just fall through that level. So, but anyways, on the daily, we see this just pretty basic uptrend happening. On the H4 though, it'll look different. So you'll see this right here. So while we're moving up there, you have this lower low here. So we had it just a simple retest, or just a fib, looks like a 38 or something like that, fib level that was tested, and then it kept going. Right, so on the H4, pretty basic higher highs and higher lows. Let's take it down to the hourly. On the hourly, it's going to look different. So we had, it's not as smooth on the hourly. So the lower the time frame we go down, the less smooth the price action is. So that's why it's so important to know. So if we start at a higher time frame and see what the ultimately what the sentiment is for the market, you can look on the lower time frames to find an entry, a really spot on entry. So with that being said, the lower the time frame, the quicker or the sooner you get a signal. And so if we're thinking the market's going up based upon what we see in the weekly, in the daily, and we had a temporary downtrend here, and then we started going back up. But what we're doing is we're playing, I'm at least playing the sentiment from this down move here, from a Fibonacci setup, on the H4, I believe it was here, and then for a potential continuation down there, just a retest. But ultimately, I don't know, Bitcoin can do whatever it wants to do. But basically, if we have this going on right here, and we see, okay, cool, we have this break here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a line here, and we're gonna look for a setup there. All right, so let's go to the H4 and see where, H6. Let's see where our setup was. So once we broke here, this is where that daily support was. So the market broke above, closed above on the daily, came back down here to retest. And so depending on exactly how you trade, you could have looked at this as Cool. Some people would say as soon as we touch this blue line from a daily break, from the daily break right here, as soon as we come back and confirm this and we touch this line again, I'm taking a long no matter what, right? Some people trade like that, and that's totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. Some people say I'm gonna wait for a price action signal like a candlestick pattern or something like that before I enter. And so they would actually take, say, hey, I'm gonna engulfing candle, a bullish engulfing on the H4, which you have here. Boom, a bullish engulfing off the line, signifying a push up, and then the market pushed up from there. Let's just keep going down time frames to see how you can get the most accurate entry, and just, with the more accurate your entry, the less your risk. And so that's just, makes trading a lot more enjoyable when you have these super accurate entries and you don't have to watch your trade too much. Or if you do, it's like you say, hey, we got a signal here. So off the line, some people might have took this bearish engulfing there, even though on the daily we were moving up and we were showing signs of bullish action. They might have said, hey, I'm looking for the first price action signal I see. And so they might have took this here, thinking the market was going to push down because of this engulfing. And then we had a major engulfing. So this candle right there lets you know, okay, cool, we're going up. That's the candle that lets you really know we're going up on the hourly. And then from there, we just pretty much took off. So let's keep going down even more time frames to see where we could have got a really good entry at. Oops. And so you could look at it two different ways. We had, a bunch of just random price action around this line here. The market was battling pretty strongly around this line, right? You can see that pretty easily. Then the market moved up and broke structure. So we had lower low, lower high, lower low. Then we started just making a lower low, but we didn't make a higher high. Then at this point, we broke out and made a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Then the market came back down, and some people might have looked at this as, oh, we're going down now because this 30-minute time frame is bearish, which you could have made money on taking that trade to the downside. Sure, you could have. But here, we had just a basic retest. We came down, tapped the line twice, and then just got the heck out of Dodge after that. And so that would have been, you saw that setup on the daily, but you executed it on the 30-minute or even the 15. We can keep going down time frames and finding that same setup and finding exactly where you would have entered. And on some time frame, you're going to get a signal that lets you know. So you could have got a signal there. There was actually two signals right there and right there on the 15 that you could have took if your bias was bear or bullish. If your overall bias was bullish, you're like, hey, I'm looking for any type of bullish price action off the daily support, because we broke it on the daily and stayed above on the daily. The next touch should be the one that takes off for us. So these two signals let you know we're going up. Then the market started taking off, and you could have, obviously held and took the trade all the way up to here. And so, yeah, that's basically how you take a higher time frame, and then from there you actually go in and break it down to where you can actually enter and be able to maintain your risk. You could have easily, if you're trading with stops, right? Which I'm not saying you shouldn't trade with stops. I'm not saying you should trade with stops. I think I just said two opposite things. I don't know. If I didn't, I'm not saying you should do either one. All I'm saying is, if the market would have broke down here, then you would have known, okay, cool. If it would have broke below this point here, you would have known, okay, maybe something, more is happening. If we would have broke this wick there, but we never did. So you could have gotten these two signals and set your stop a little bit below here, or go into a higher time frame and set your stop above the low of a higher time frame, just to give yourself extra security to not get taken out. But then from there we just went up. And so there's tons of different time frames you can execute from. I'd say find one that you feel really comfortable executing from and stick to that. So develop some patterns that you want to find based upon something breaking on a higher time frame, come back to retest. There's Fibonacci you can look into. There are candlestick patterns you can look into. There's basic trend lines you can look into. You could have said, as soon as this trend line breaks right here, we're going to take a long. As soon as this trend line breaks right here, we're going to take a long. And both would have been right. It just depends on exactly how you want to trade, when you trade. There's so many different factors, but that's basically how you get, pretty dope entries, based upon how you see the market. And so a little bit of dopeness for you guys right there. Like a lot of people don't realize that you can use, multiple time frames to get really good entries. And obviously it's one thing for me to show you guys a dope entry looking back, right? But hopefully I'll be able to show you guys some really nice entries and exits and stuff like that live, like I'm trying to do right now. So we're at 9.5% in profit. I'm pretty sure if I close right now that will cover fees, or somewhere really close to covering fees and everything like that. But I'm just like, you know what, motherfucker about to make some money, motherfucker want to hold this trade a little bit. So we'll see how it plays out. Yeah, but Bit7 is so dope, man. I used to always see the advertisements for Bit7 on TradingView before I had like the TradingView Premium and all that stuff. But I used to always just immediately click off like, margin crypto, that sounds horrible. Just from bad experiences with crypto when it was the Wild West and losing a bunch of money and just like, yeah, it was horrible. But yeah, other than that, like if I would have looked into this earlier, I'm just so glad that I found Oracle Crypto Kingpin. Like straight up, like I'm gonna keep giving that dude credit too, because that dude's a straight up beast when it comes to trading. Like just straight up beast. If you can check him out, definitely do. I know he has a paid Discord, and there's like different things you could do to learn from him. And if that's what you want to do, definitely do it. I know enough to trade to where I was like, you know what, like just watching his videos on YouTube, I was able to peep enough game to realize there's something to this margin crypto trading. And exactly like his mindset on risk management, or he calls it wallet management, which I think is awesome because, if as long as the goal is to make your wallet bigger after every single trade. So, it's not to necessarily become rich after every single trade. It's to have more funds in your trading account or your wallet or whatever, like after you're done placing your trade. And so with that mindset, I was just like, I like that mindset because, me, I've had some success where I, turned small amounts into big amounts of money, and I became kind of tainted after that. Like I was always chasing that same type of result and not realizing, if you have more in your account balance after your trade, the trade was successful, whether it was a home run or a base hit, doesn't matter. Like even the best players in baseball history didn't hit home runs on every single swing. Some people they struck out sometimes, but the truly great ones were known as great because they were really good at getting on base and bringing runners home. And so those add up. And so that's why I'm just like, you know what? Like I do want to close this trade on stream for you guys so you guys can see me close a trade and not just, hear about it. But I was glad I was able to show you guys, like I was down pretty big on it. And then to just trust the analysis and with the trade management, be able to, be in the green right now and be looking good. We just need this level to break. And the hourly candle closes in about 4 minutes. And yeah, we need this level here to break so we can see this level down here. And that I'd feel good, really good getting out at this level up here. I might even get out this wick right here, depending on what the volume look like. Let me actually add a volume indicator. Low key, most people they don't have a volume indicator. Nah, ain't no way they don't have volume unless I didn't spell it right. Ain't no way they don't have volume. They got all this other stuff. How do they not have volume? That don't make no type of sense. That's like the most basic indicator. But it's not really even an indicator. Like it is an indicator, but most people don't use it. Most people don't even use volume, and they don't realize that the volume candles show you so much. And this is like low key something that when I put on my course, I'll definitely teach exactly what I mean. But let's take a look at volume on this chart over here. Let's take a look at a different chart. Let's look at gold. All right, so volume. Gold is low key dope to trade too, and it works clockwork. Like it respects volume like crazy. So I'll give you guys an example here, and this is free game. This is something you guys should be paying to learn. But so you want to take a high volume candle, and that candle or that area will let you know what the heck's going on in the market. So I got this candle here based upon the fact that you see all these little baby volume, I guess, measurements. And then you have this one here, and it just immediately stands out, right? So if you just draw a box or just even two lines going directly, you know, across, what you'll see from there is that the market completely could not break above this. And even when it did break above, it immediately closed, you know, right back below. So you had, you know, these candles break out. Like for me, the way that I see the market, I need two confirmations to actually see that something's truly broken a level. Let's go check out this really quick. Okay, not bad, looking good. So up 15, up 16% right now in this trade, 17%. So doing some damage. We want that level down there though. So I love it when Crypto or Oracle Crypto Kingpin, he's like, shake it out. Shake that muck out, you know, and like, and the market just starts falling in this direction. It's always pretty awesome to see. But let's go back to gold. So once we had two actually break out of this box here, based upon this volume here, we saw the market just take off from there. And you can kind of just go and see that. Let's take this candle here. I'm not sure if the market's come back down. I don't think it's come back down to that point for us to see if this will be true. But we had that line there, the top of that candle. And then we had the top of this candle. And then we'll just go take it across. And I don't think we've even come down from there. But no, we did actually. So you can see as soon as it touched this area, as soon as it touched that area there, bam, takes right off and has not come back down there since. And so you can kind of see, let's go see this candle here. And so you can kind of find, yeah, candle there. So you can kind of see where the range will be. So if it can break below one of these, if it's going to go any higher, which a lot of people are thinking gold's going to go to the moon, which it could, but it would have to, for me, it would have to confirm above this level up here. I would need to see two closes above this level right here for me to go long. And I would need to see two closes below this level down here, or an absolute like beast break of it, like an absolute, like no doubt about it break, and then a retest. And so that's one way you can use volume. One of the most basic indicators you can ever find to actually get dope entries and figure out like how to get swing trades, you know, doing that. So I know it works with Bitcoin as well. That's what Bitcoin is doing right now. Let's see how this trade's doing. Okay, we up 23%. Yeah. So it looks like we're breaking this level. It's like that moment when you got to figure out, okay, what should I do? Because motherfucker don't know what to do. You know, I want to, you know, close the profit on stream for you guys so you guys can see it, and just also just wait for the next setup. But also I just have a feeling the market's going down here. But let me see these 1 minute Heikinashi candles. Heikinashis are pretty dope. There's a way to, because like most people like would think, oh, Heikinashi, you know, candles are, you know, some people say like don't use Heikinashis if you didn't learn how to, you know, initially start trading on them. Some people say learn everything that you can to figure out what makes sense to you. So there's a way to actually read these candles to know if there's a lot of volume momentum that's actually behind what's going on. So, you know, based on this candle here, the way it's forming, you might see the market start to temporarily go against us, but we do have a lot of momentum coming down here. And we're moving away from our entry there. Let's see. Let's check out some other time frames. Yeah, we got a lot of downward momentum going right now. And so I'm going to continue to hold it and see if we can get to that level. Let's go check out my other chart. So it's looking good. We broke the low of this candle, and you see we broke, this is a pretty high volume candle right there, and this candle here, if we can break the low of this candle, then we'll definitely go down. But this one here is pretty close to that wick there, so I'd probably end up taking profit at this wick right here. This would, you know, based upon the volume that was in that candle. But I seriously think the market can keep moving down a little bit further. But let me actually just go ahead and take profit. Yeah. And then let me actually cancel this one. Boom. Come on, cancel it. All right, there we go. So we can see the total balance in the account, and watch it just tank or something like that right after, which would be fine. I wouldn't even be mad. Let's go and check out where the wallet balance is now. Boom. Awesome. So total got just over $1,000 in the trading account. And so now, slowly making profit. And keep in mind, initially started at around 380, got the account up to 500. I think it was like 503 or something like that. Then we added another, was it 400? Let me check. I think it was 400. Like, as you guys can see, I have a great memory. But yeah, let's check it out. Yeah, so it's about $450 we put into the account. So if we took the 450 off of that, and 27. So basically we'd be at 577, and so we would have effectively added, made about $200 so far on the account, starting with 380. So, but we're taking this bad boy to infinity and beyond. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep that in the account, just keep growing this mug to new heights, and to show you guys what's possible. I'm glad I was able to close that trade on stream for you guys. I'm glad that I'm able to keep the win streak alive. That is 4 trades in a row, no losses, and the last one was definitely tested it. So it's like Telemundo, a lot of drama, but we came out victorious just with trade management and sticking to our guts, not being afraid and emotional to trade. So I'm going to wrap up the stream there, guys. Definitely stay tuned. Hopefully me going kind of in depth with some concepts was helpful for somebody, and definitely look forward. Remember, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, because we're going to be going live and just giving out free game for a while. Just hoping we can help somebody. And I try to give concepts that are simple. Like the whole volume concept is very simple. But the thing about it is, simple doesn't mean that it's necessarily easy, because patience and discipline have to be applied, even with the most simple of concepts, to actually make them work. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share with anybody that you think this will be helpful for. If you're interested in learning about margin crypto trading, definitely hit me up, or check out Oracle Crypto Kingpin. He has like a whole series on one of his channels. You'd have to do a little bit of research to find the exact channel where all the info's on, like the little playlist is. But other than that, follow me on Instagram. Hit me up if you want to know how to get set up and how to get going, and I'll be more than happy to help. But I'm signing off, and if I see, most likely won't be back on until tomorrow. Gonna spend some time with my wife, and so you guys have a great night or good day, and look forward to chatting with you.